For you? I'll let or I mean, I'll see if anybody wants to join in or not. It's been just a minute. I don't really expect anyone to because it has been a minute. Uh, let's see. Make sure my table fit in my bowl. Not too wonky. Yeah, my phone's sitting okay. It looks like it is. Okay, let me bring up my iPad here. Just a second. Yeah, probably this took a couple times. Yeah. All right. Well, there's four of you. Mhm. Sorry about this. This did this to me the last time I remember. Remember, I thought about giving up on it because usually I get the where it has the live thing, and I can always do it again. Uh, I just went. I didn't try to type anything in. Uh, just I got my camera set and wanted to kind of keep it where it was at. So this is my iPad here. For some reason, uh, I'm not coming up live. I mean, it shows that I'm live, but it's not giving me like the live bubble when it usually does. So I can't tell if you guys are chatting or anything. You gotta do- yeah, I'll try it again now. Um, I'll try it again. Yeah, you need to turn that off. And, so it's cold here. You might hear my you might hear my heater running. I have my headphones in. Yeah, for some reason. But anyway, so I don't know what you guys are saying. Well, I'll go back to it. Um, I can see a little bit. Yeah. I hope you're having a great new year too, Rosie, Sonara. Thanks for tuning in again. I wanted to show you guys, I had a lot of fun making this and I posted it yesterday and posted one today. Uh, this is a lady's buffalo hoodie. And yeah, there we go, sir. And so I see sometimes where people are posting ideas for buffalo hoodies, and I just wanted to show you maybe a different idea. They're not hard to do, really. Uh, it's just a little, they're a little different from back to front. You can see how that's darker right there, and it's kind of lighter right here. But I have to do it twice, have to dye it twice. So on this, I went a little heavier on the front and not as heavy on the back. So um, what I'll do is do about equal part. Now, can you guys hear me okay? Because I do have my headphones in. Uh, how's it going about? Okay. We're here. I'm going to try this again because I would like to be able to follow along. It's not going to let me. Uh, oh, well. So I'll show you how I do this. They're not hard. It's double fan fold. Um, on a buffalo hoodie. I don't know if you guys have ever seen these buffalo hoodies or not, but they are the softest hoodies. I wish they made them in men's, but they don't. This is a woman's. This is actually this is a woman's 3X. And I'm going to do an XL. Okay. Now, my artist friend Nathan Bogle. I don't know if you guys have ever seen his work or not. Nathan Bogl is his last name, and he's on the groups and Facebook and stuff. And he does some really cool work, and he did a pick tutorial of how to do this style of a double fan fold. And I love how it just these buffalo hoodies dye really good. This is actually last year's. This year's has the pockets on the two pockets on one on either side. This is last year's that has the single pocket in the front. So these are a little easier to work with. Um, but I also have the ones with the pockets. I looked and saw that this one has the pocket in the front too. So maybe you have an old one, or the same, the pocket on the side is going to be just the same. All right. So let's get started on this. Okay. I've already wiped my table off. Okay. I'll show you how we will center these. But It it takes just a second, but it's not it's not hard at all. Everything seems to kind of fall where it needs to. It's all seamed, you know. It's all seamed. So, I try to get it somewhat square, you know. The hood, I'll show you how I'll end up doing the hood, you know. First, okay, so this was soaked in soda ash. Actually, this soaked overnight. It's been soaking since last night. Okay, so I don't have any videos that really show like how to center a shirt, but this will show you, especially a long sleeve. Okay, so I'll grab this black wistful marker. This has been, like I said, this has been soaking in soda ash for um, at least 20, but uh, it was overnight. Set that there. So bring your two bottom corners together, get everything squared up, and pull down here, and then everything will be kind of flush, centered at the top there. Put a mark on the back. and then a mark on the inside there. There's my center. Okay, I'm going to grab those marks, double it over there, just on the top, let the bottom hang. I like to have my sleeves on that side. So what I have to do is, in order for that to happen, I'm left-handed, so I like to have my sleeves on that side. So what I'll do is go through the bottom one, and you will too. It doesn't matter which side, but go through the bottom sleeve. I'm going to take my watch off here. Go through and go through into the other sleeve, and you're going to pull it through. Put my hand right there so I don't pull the sweatshirt through, just the sleeve. And if you're lucky, these will be lined up pretty close, and they are. Yeah. Okay. I want to make sure that these two seams, this seam and the one on the inside, are sitting on top of each other. So they're right there. That comes up just a little bit. And they're meeting right there. Okay. And this takes just a second. Okay. So I know that's going to be my center on the back, right there. That's my center on the front. And I'm going to take this corner, put it with this one, and take that mark and put it with, and center it up here. Okay. And then you'll have your, every, sleeve inside a sleeve there. Okay. So what I'll do is pick that up and just give it a nice, just nothing hard. You don't want to throw everything out of whack there. Okay. So I have these rifle cleaning rods. I'll go up through. Sorry. It's always nice to have a good clean starting point there. Good. I'm going to pull this to the side a little bit there. Stretch that out just a little bit. There we go. That felt good. Okay. Now these drawstrings, they die also. So what I've been doing is, let me get that. So what I've been doing here is just been throwing these up. I don't make sure you can see that. Just putting these up in sweatshirt, and just letting that do that thing right there. Okay, so that's how you center a sweatshirt. It wasn't too hard, was it? Pretty easy. Man, I wish I could follow along if you guys are saying something. If you are, I don't know if you are. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. Anyway, a nice, good starting point right there. More time. The channel. Okay. All right. Never mind. Okay. So does that make sense so far? Yes, yes. Hey, Scott and everyone. Vonda, how are you? Rosie, we can hear you fine. Good. Uh, Skate or die. I was wondering if you were going to come on here. I was like, I wonder if he's snowboarding or something, you know? Good. So, in case, sorry, man, let me get a drink of water here. I brought a cup. Uh, okay. So, what I'm going to do is, these are, in case you just tuned in here, these are Buffalo hoodies. They're ladies' Buffalo hoodies. They come from like Costco. I believe they're Costco. Um, we order them. We don't have Costco around here. We're on the East Coast and in West Virginia. So I'm gonna put a little dot there because that's where I'm going to. Um, and this is a super tip by Crayola, and they do uh, they do really good. It doesn't chatter a whole lot as long as you have a nice crisp thing. It's not like you know. Um, So I have to be careful. I don't want to go out too far because then I'm going to cut my sleeve off right here. So that's about good. Okay. Okay. One, like that. One right there. And do a little bigger one out here. Up my folding line is my middle line there. Right. So, and I'll have to, this the blue felt or the blue pen usually doesn't come off on my hands on a t-shirt, but wait till you see after we do this. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to make these pleats kind of tall, all right? Um, because I don't want it that wide. I'm not going to be able to fit it in my gutter. So I can sit right here. I should be able to sit right here and you guys be able to see my work just fine. So what I do is I fold my sleeve up here until I need it. Okay, sit right there. Sit when I can. Let me feel that here. Just like, oh, okay. Okay. They're kind of a tall pleat. And there's been a couple times where I've had to go back and start over just because I feel like 11, 12 pleats is about perfect for this. I don't want to try to keep my head out of the way. Okay, and just the line that you're pleating, keep it straight. Okay, I hope you can see. Turn it a little bit. Yeah, right. Sorry, not talking very much. I'm just keep trying to concentrate and keep that line. It looks like I don't know. I might have a little more because I'm already at like 4 here, but we'll see. If it's if it's too wide, I feel like it's too wide, we'll just start over. It doesn't take long. Like I talk more than anything. Let me use my pleating tool here. Boredom with Jen makes these. See how my hands are already getting. So if you need some good tie-dye tools, get a hold of Boredom with Jen. Okay? Just keep your line straight. Sometimes it's stubborn. Okay. It might not be tall enough. 3, 4, 6, 8. Uh, no, it's fine, actually, 'cause that puts me at yeah, that's perfect. It's perfect. Alright, see? Keep your line straight, and then your other lines will fall in. And you can kind of manipulate your line a little bit. See how these are straight? I want to try to keep that line straight with that. See, I turned it out of the screen, sorry. Okay, so rubber band it. Oh, how many do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So yeah, that's good. Let me fix that right there. Bring the chair down here. See how you can use your that's why you need a good you need some good tie-dye tools. All right, so and that, I learned a couple things with my Sanu actually in the last couple of days. I might and I'll see what I was. what I used to do and what I figured out. Yeah, I try to figure out ways of making things easier. You look at my hands now. So with this, don't overthink this. Uh, don't overthink the hood. All right. And see how it's falling naturally. There's usually like two pleats in it. I'm just going to bend it right there and put it right up in here with the other, and it's not going to be that much longer than the other. All right, so try not to overthink it. Okay. Well, all right, not too bad. Let's fix that again. All right, so what we're going to do is every 3 inches, and I'm just going to put a mark here. I'm going to use a different color than blue, and I'll use this black. 3 eighths. Right on the right on the line there. 3. All right, so can you see those lines? I'll go ahead and I haven't been put, drawing my lines, but I'll go ahead and do it since we're live here. Okay, the new time. Boredom with Zen. Let me go wash my hand real quick. Got a little bit of soda after in a minute. I'm tying it up. Okay. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is do a slip knot. So here's the caddy. This was Kelly. I have all mine except one are hexagonal shape. Uh, so I wanted to use the round one that's a little quieter. All right, so I can actually use it to get started here. Slip knot. I've shown it before. That's this stuff is tacky. Okay, so I'm going to do a small one here first. Always like my starting knot to fall on this side. Okay. No, I think I can get away with that. I'll work from this side. Which I'm gonna use. Look it up. Okay, so before I get started on that, um, anybody saying anything? No snowboarding for man in the desert in the West Texas. All right, cool. Hey, Tammy, how you doing? Okay, so what I've learned with my snow here in the last couple uh, sweatshirts. Let me cut this off. Is you can kind of cinch down on your first pull so that you're that way you're not dealing with um, sometimes it will like this stuff's really tacky and sometimes they don't want to slip right, so they'll would be like a loose, taggy look. And I know if you tie dye, you know what I'm talking about. So I went. There's my line. Let me make sure you're in. Go ahead and pull it tight. See it already cinched down. And take my second line and see how that was starting to. There we go. Okay, that cinch this down. This stuff's really tacky too. See what I'm saying? Okay, about that. Yeah. So yeah, it's weather's not real nice here right now. It's pretty cold. The wind's real bad. I think my heater's been running almost nonstop. Um, the wind's kind of stiff up here. I live on one of the tallest hills in my town, and I'm above everybody. And the wind really blows up here. So I still have a lot of snow. I still have like 12, 14 inches of snow up here. I haven't done any snow dyeing. I've done it before. I'll just stick to my ice. I know it, you know. Uh, it's cool and all, but I have an ice maker and I already make it. So pull that tight. And I actually did this on a shirt today too, where I kind of pulled tight first. Usually I didn't. I never really did. I had them taut, not tight. Uh, so I'd like to have one on the sleeve. It's always cool to have one on the sleeve there. I'm going to totally miss the cuff. It's really defined whenever you can get one on the. I'm gonna totally miss it. Okay, that's it. That's it for the double fan fold on the buffalo hoodies. Okay. I have, let me go ahead and clean up my tools here. Here as you go, huh? Okay. So, uh, uh, hey, P. Benton, this is the double fan fold. I centered you can go back and watch. I centered put the sleeve inside the sleeve and did a mirror image of the shirt, the front and back, and drew an arc, followed that line. Now, anytime you start adding sinew, you're going to pull the shirt, and these lines are going to come. They're not going to be straight after you start adding sinew. So, you know, it's still going to. It still does the arc. It's really weird how it works, but it does. So this is double fan fold, and we're going to do three colors on it. We're going to do. Let me get my dye station here. And I use, excuse me. Goodness, man. I hope I'm not coming down with something. I, uh, I did go out with my mother the last couple of nights. Go and try to spend time with her, and she wanted to go get food, I know that stuff's going around. Okay, so what we're gonna do Dragon's Egg or Dragon Egg by Happy Cat Tie Dye, and she shows the splits. It's like an orange and green, little tiny bit of blue. Moose, it splits kind of a yellowish greenish purple. And dye spin mine bender A, it splits multiple colors. All right. So we're going to do dragon egg over the sinew lines that we did. And this is computer paper I just cut in two long ways. That way I can save my dragon egg. Um, it's running scarce, so you never know. Okay, so you want me to set it sideways, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. All right, so actually, if you don't mind, just keep it sideways. You can still see it, and I can reach it a little better. Okay, so let's move these out the way. I'm going to grab a spoon. I just use a clear, uh, picnic spoon. And if I need to be precise, you gotta. She also makes these like little scooper funnel spoons. And if I want to be precise on these lines, I can really get a good precise line on it. Um, and I think they're funnel scoops, maybe something like that. Funnel spoons. But I don't really need to be precise. So when I don't need to be precise, I use these clear picnic spoons. So I'm going to use dragon egg on the sinew lines. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to be real super precise. I mean, a little bit, but nothing. So what's going to happen is I'm going to do this after the ice melts. and it's not like dripping wet, you know. It's done. It's not wet anymore. Like, okay, it's not dripping wet anymore. Um, Tomorrow morning when I get out of bed, I'll uh, I'll come down and flip it and do this exact thing over again. So, do I? Should I go ahead? I think I will. Go ahead. I'll be going live tomorrow morning. Um, I don't. Seriously don't expect anyone to show up, but I should probably show my process, my full process, at least the dyeing process. I don't ever show my rinse out, which is, you know, it's easy and probably the same thing everyone else does. But so there's my dragon egg. Okay, I'm just gonna move this out of the way a little. And this was, I never said this was turned inside out to begin with, my sweatshirt. It kind of helps with some fatty and like splotchy looking stuff. So I don't need that padding anymore. I don't need that anymore. Get my gutter. So this is a 5-inch gutter, rain gutter. It's an aluminum gutter. I'll set it like this. All right. And I'm going to set it in my gutter here. So yeah, that'll going to work out nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark out I'm going to take this orange pen, and then right here on the side at the top, I'm going to mark out my sinew lines, where my sinew lines are. Okay. And this is all this is just a guide for me tomorrow morning. I want to know when I flip it where I need to put my my sweatshirt. See? Left. Okay. And then with the black marker, I'll mark the beginning, the end here. That's the end of the sweatshirt, and I'm going to mark the beginning of the sweatshirt. Makes sense? Okay. Beginning, and those are my sinew lines. Now, so I should be done with these for now. And then now I have um, Mind Bender looks brown and Moose looks green. All right, so I'll use a green, and I'll do the same thing up here. All right, so but what I need to do now is add my ice. Okay. And if you've seen me do any work in my gutter before, you know I use these they're just old washcloths, and I just kind of use it as a so it's not the ice when I pour my ice in, it's not going outside of my gutter. Basically, it's not really holding my ice back because I mean it does a little bit, but uh, I don't incline it enough for it to really fall. And this piece is pretty heavy, so I doubt out of 15, see, it's like a 15% incline. I mean, heck, not even my dye moved when I picked it up, you know, so I'm not really worried about that. Um, I'm going to get my ice. I've already broke it up. So this isn't like going to be super loud. Stephanie Belladonna would always be like, "You need to take those headphones out of your ears when you do that, because that's super loud." And I'm afraid that um, if I put them back in, I'm not going to be able to come back. So so what I do is I have a salad bowl here, and I'm going to pour my ice into the salad bowl and then pour it over the sweatshirt. And I usually do it on the floor. Let me see if I can do it up here. Let me go ahead and pour my ice in the salad bowl here. Yeah, I'll be able to do it here. Okay, so there's my salad bowl filled with ice, and I usually just start right here and work my way down. And I mean, it's going to. I actually set a camera right here once and put it on slow mo to see how much this dye dispersed whenever I poured this on, and it's quite a lot. So I'm actually kind of surprised sometimes the results that I get from it because it's dispersed so much, because I know people that are real easy and place their dye or their ice on, and I just kind of feel like, and this is how I've just done it from the very beginning. Um, my head might have been in the way there. If it was, I apologize. Okay, let me get a little more ice here. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to do 2 rounds of this right now and then tomorrow morning. I like that. That's not very thick, what I mean? It's only like that. You get back here, it's like that. So that's not a whole lot of ice sitting up on there, you know? I can show you. I have another one going. It's due, it's ready in the morning. And so it's been batching right here. Oh, for, well, for a while. And I mean, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Okay. So what I'll do is I would like to have 4. I'm going to be using my noose and my mind mender, and I'm going to try to get 4 and 4. Whatever happens, happens. Let me put my eyes up because I don't want to stop. So I have a ice maker, and I save my ice and put it in a deep freezer down here, so I can make that ice machine will make right about 100 pounds a day if I need it. Uh, it's just square cube dice. All right, so my beginning, my end, those were my sinew lines. Okay, so it wasn't very much. I'm going to start with mind bender. Do I have a gator down here or like a face mask? I love to wear one, but I haven't seen a gator down here in a while. It's what I prefer to wear when I'm live, because if I put my respirator on, you might not hear me. Anyway, I'm gonna try. I just won't wear one just for now. Okay. Um, I'm gonna do. uh, mind bender A. I'm going to try to get four. If I get four or five, whatever, I'm going to try to get four and four. But let's see. I'm going to go ahead and use two new spoons here. I have a lot of them. With mind bender here, and it doesn't matter. Just I'm going to go not heavy handed, but not light handed either. So kind of just medium. With a little bit of a space. A little too light. Okay. And this is the only time that I'm using dye on my table. This is a huge no, 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 no. I don't put dye on my table. It's easy to. All right, that's. So I'm going to be able to hit my four and four. Okay. All right. Look, okay, let's see. That looks good. There's a spot right here. Yeah. And I'll just do the same thing for. Okay. I'm going to pull this, put this to the side for a second. I'm going to grab my mace and go over it. There's a bigger spot. I'm going to try to go about the same. It's a little heavy. My light, I have it plugged in. I have a charger plugged in, phone charger into the outlet. And man, I can tell it's like messing with the collars or something. You see it bouncing around a little bit? I can. Okay, this moose doesn't hit. Now, sometimes you think about with this ice diet, sometimes you got to remember what hits harder than other colors, you know? I mean, there's times I would do something and colors would get swallowed up, you know? Yellows and greens get swallowed up, light green. I don't want to go too awfully heavy. That's good right there. Yep, my light went out. Sorry about that. If I can't get this back on. Or something. There we go. Sorry about that. Telling you, it's always something down here. And I was keeping my head out of the way. It's man, I tell you, it's so easy to forget because I sit right over top of my work. I don't know about you guys, but all right. So I'm gonna do. I put about the same amount. So, I don't know. So dye under ice for the dragon egg, and over the ice, mind bender A. And the reason I say A is because there's a mind bender A and a mind bender B. My mind bender B hits a little purple, a little more purple. This is a little more blue. I can just go on down here. Sorry if this is boring and stuff, but you know, it's fun to do. I've had a couple people be like, "This is lame." You know, I know, I'm sure it is, dude. You know, it's just somebody comes through, sees a live, and you're like, "Oh, here, I'll check this out." I'm like, "What the hell is this?" You know? But that's cool. All right, so now with my markers, I had that green and that brown, remember? Which is basically blue, but it's brown going on. So I put my brown here. All right. So with that, got it. We'll be able to just go ahead and get my forward for where I like it. I want to make sure I overlap some of this. I don't want I try to not to get any white, you know. I mean, I'm not afraid to overlap it a little bit. So, all right. And I'm going to use what I did. It's funny. I, I have a friend that'll come over and tie dye with me on Fridays. She wants to learn, you know, just to so she likes to shop and then do some tie dyeing. So I put what I did is I put, and I'm probably I'm pretty close to being out. I use this old garlic powder bottle, and she's like, "So what's that?" And I said, "That's garlic powder. It really makes it shine." All right. She was like, "Oh, really?" I said, no, that's actually uh, soda ash, and so basically 50% soda ash and 50% glauber salt. And they put glauber salt and some of this dye, and it helps the dye to stick a little bit. I mean, there's more to it, but when these colder temperatures, there's times I would wash my blues out. So use a little bit of glauber salt, and it kind of helps it stick. All right. So this is where you got to be careful, man. This stuff's really dusty and powdery, and that's what'll get you in trouble. Is that that real fine powder? Okay. So I put 50% Glover salt, 50% soda ash in my bottle, and I can sprinkle it on. I read the other day that soda ash can actually soda ash can actually prevent a little bit of flow. I don't know, man. I'm telling you, when I do my colander spirals, I use a bunch of soda ash because I've learned with my colander spirals, if I use a bunch of soda ash on top of my eye, um, I get equal, both sides are kind of equal in color. If I don't, the front brighter than the back, or if I was to do the back up top, it's brighter than the back than the front. So whatever I have showing, that's the brightest. If I don't use soda ash, so I don't know if I 100% agree with it, but so now you see what I did. Here's my beginning and my end of my shirt with these two black lines. These orange are my sinew lines. And my I can tell, so tomorrow I'll be able, when I flip this, I'll be able to, I add my ice. I already have it marked out where I need to put uh my stuff, my dye. All right. And I'm going to incline this. I always put the side that I want at higher on my incline. I always put it on my rolled edge of my gutter. So I always know if like the doorbell rings or something, I have to run upstairs and I come down here and it's sitting on the floor and I'm like, I don't know what side needs to be inclined. So I just made it a habit of always putting my side that I want up on my rolled edge of my gutter. Right, so I always know. And I can tell by my ice. It's a little thinner down here than it is up here because it was real thick up here. All right. I might have a little bit of white just because there's not a whole lot of ice because that was pretty thick. That shirt was like that thick. It's 5-inch gutter. So there was two, 2.5 inches. That's why we need to flip it. So um, I'll be putting it in and I'll show you what I use. I'll be putting it, letting it drain in these uh, the catering pans. And has like a little base or a stand where you can put those little burners underneath. So I drip into that, and I just use a cooler, just a regular cooler, little tiny personal cooler. Set it up, and then I'll incline my feet. I watch it all fall forward. I was sitting there saying, I don't incline it right, very tall, so I don't have to worry about it, you know, crashing forward. Look, it is. Well, wait, I'm waiting. It was sliding forward a little bit. But see, that's the thing about starting down here. If it does slide a little bit forward, it's only going to go that far. If I was to start up here and have it all up here, look at all that room that's going to slide. I'm not going to really know. If it wants to slide a little bit, it can, but I'm not going to let my ice melt right here. I have a table over here that I melt on. So I'm going to wait and put that on um, because I don't want any mishaps. If I'm going to mishap, it's going to be over there. It's funny that it's sliding. That's hilarious. I just had a feeling that it was going to do that. Um, but anyway, so tomorrow I'm going to go live. It'll be in the morning, and I'm going to flip this. And I'm just going to do the exact same thing and let it melt, and then let it sit for 24 hours um, or longer, and and rinse it out and see what the results are like. So if you have your thing set and your bell goes off, it's not going to be like super early, but I do get up pretty early and come down here, start messing around. So I appreciate you guys tuning in, and uh, seriously, let this be kind of a lesson to you. So if you're going to do your work and you're going to place it in a gutter, place it down low. Now, the thing about placing it down low in your gutter, if you have a lot of ice, your tail end of your shirt is going to be sitting in the muck. So after your ice melts, you might want to pull it up out of the muck because it will wick some of that muck up in it. It's that muck is somewhat spot, but not always, not completely, because we've seen where people and Steph, I know Steph was doing it a lot, doing twofers, what she called it, put another piece of work down here, and so she get two in one, you know, and the muck water will, uh, you know, hit that shirt down there. So, well, I'm going to let this set. This uh, should be melted by 10 or 11 tomorrow morning. It's not real hot down there. And down here, it's only like 68. I think that's what my 66.7 down here right now, right where I'm doing my letting my ice melt. So it's not real, it's not it's not hot by any means, you know. Um, so it'll take a few hours for that to melt, but it's sitting underneath a like an well, it's an exhaust, but I think it's hot. All right, so hey, thanks for tuning in, and I appreciate it. We'll I'm going to flip this and do it again tomorrow. That way I can just kind of show my whole process because it is a dye flip and do it again because it was so thick being a sweatshirt. Um, so again, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the morning or on the reveal, which today's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday probably. But we'll reveal the shirt and um, have a good night. If you go out, be safe. Don't drive if you get if you start drinking a little bit, and we'll see you later. All right. Thanks again, and peace out.